Member of the Intelligence Committee, Ms. Harman.
Gentleman is recognized. Without objection.
I thank the gentleman for yielding and commend him for his very impressive service as ranking member of the Armed Services Committee. Mr. Speaker, I take a backseat to no one in my effort to understand the threats against us, find those who would cause us harm, and prevent them from harming us. I also believe strongly that Congress must act under Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution to regulate captures on land and on water. Since this administration started new programs to detain and interrogate terror suspects after 9/11, I have offered to help craft a new legal framework around those policies. I have called on the Vice President, his Chief of Staff, the National Security Advisor, and the Attorney General to help Congress craft such a framework to eliminate the fog of law. And I have argued that this new framework would empower, not limit, those who must carry out those policies, because they would know that they were acting legally. Today's bill is far from the best we can do. The rule for debate is closed, which means that none of us can improve the bill. And as debate has made clear, this bill was written by the White House in consultation with a few Republican members. There was no bipartisan consultation, and possibly none with any of the Republican members of the Intelligence Committee. Others will address issues with immunity, coerced confession, habeas corpus, and court review. I want to address the issue which relates to the Intelligence Committee, and which I believe is the primary reason for rushing the legislation through. There is a carve-out for the CIA. The bill would permit the CIA to continue a separate program for interrogation that does not comply with the Army Field Manual. If such a program is needed, then Congress must insist that it has strict limits and that we have the tools to do strict oversight. An amendment which Mr. Skelton and I hope to offer today would have required notification in advance to the intelligence committees of any alternative set of interrogation procedures, a legal opinion from the Attorney General that they comply with federal and international law, that they are applied only to those we believe possess reliable, high-value, actionable intelligence, that the Army Field Manual techniques would not work, and that the use of the techniques would not adversely affect our troops who may be captured. Our amendment was not made in order, and I remain very skeptical that Congress can assure that any CIA carve-out will be limited and carefully monitored. Mr. Speaker, we can do better. The bill negotiated by Senators McCain, Graham, and Warner was better. Let's wait for the lame duck session and do this right. Vote no. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman from California.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, at this time I'd like